Hello guys, welcome to the lecture. In this lecture we are going to design our menu that we have given a class of display none. Now we are going to visible that menu, which is this menu. We can see this menu. It's time to design that menu. So go to the style.css file. This is the file, and here you can see inside the cpptm items class you will see this property which is display none. Now it's time to remove this property from here, and once we remove this property you will see that the div that we want to design looks like this. It's time to align this div as a flex items. So as we know that we need to give a class to the parent element which we have created, which is a flex class. The class will add a display flex property to that element. So it's time to add that parent element a class, and the class will be flex which we have created, and this class will add a property of display flex. Now this item will be a flex container and other element will be flex items. So save it, now refresh it. Now you can see all the item is now flex items. It aligned in a flex direction row property which is defaultly add when we use display flex. Now you can see it's shifted to the bottom, but we need to overlap this element to this div which is here. To do that we need to add a position absolute property inside this class. To go to CSS, and here you can see cpptm items. Here we are going to say position absolute, and save the file. Let's see what happened here. Something happened. This icon shifted to the top. Another thing we need to do here, we are going to add another class to the parent element, which is the parent element of this div. So go to the HTML file, the div that I am talking about. This div is actually a wrapper for the image and for the menu, which is actually this image and this menus. So what we are going to do here, we are going to use a flex class here. So we'll say flex, we will save the file, and now you can see the difference. Now it's overlapping this. So as you can see, our div is now position as we want, but the image you can see which we have added to the div that is right before this menu is showing that div. This div is showing because the background of the first element is empty, and if we give the background color, that will do the job. If we go to the CSS, if we add here a background, and if we say background, and if we say background white, now we will see the image is now white because all the other element now have a background of white. Our menu is now positioned as we want. Another thing we need to do here, we need to position this element. So what we are going to do here, we are going to go to the HTML file. So this is the div, and this is the spawn element, and this is the icon which we are going to position. So let's do it. So as we know that we need to make this a flex container, so here we are going to add a class to the div. So we'll say flex, and then we are going to say specify content center and align our item to center. So we'll say center, align item center, save the file, and let's refresh the page. Now you can see our item is now centered. We will move our item a little bit to the right. So go to the CSS file. Here you can see, if you go to CSS, if you go to TM box here, and this is the TM box. This is a TM box div. Copy this style. Instead of copy this, let's add a class here. We will make another class for our font awesome icon. So we'll say left arrow, and we are going to say, let me scroll up. We are going to say background, and the background color I have used here EC, and save it. Now let's see what happened here. We refresh it, nothing happened. Let's see what I've done here. I haven't added the class, so go to the div which I have wanted to make this color to be added. So here we are going to say left hyphen arrow. Save it. Now see what happened. Now you can see our color is perfectly fine. Now it's time to give the color to the font awesome icon. So we are going to grab that. So this is the class. We'll copy it, we'll paste it here. We're going to say inside the div we have a span element which is holding our font awesome icon. So we'll grab that icon and we'll say color that font awesome icon hash the color that I have copied here, which is 8A. Write that down and just refresh it. Now you can see the color is now changed. I have also positioned this a little bit to the left side. So we are going to use the position property to give a position relative. Now we can move our element inside the itself. We can use the left property here. So we'll say left 1 pixel and let's save it. Let's refresh it. I think it was much better before, or it much better now. It's up to you. I think it's much better before. So we are going to remove that to property. You don't need to use that. I think it's much better to just stay what we are getting. So this is good, and now we are going to add design to this element. So that is the smile icon which is inside the index.html file, and the icon is on the parent element of the div, which is a parent element. Sorry. So let's see where is the element. So scroll down. Here you can see this is the span and this is the icon. So let's design that. So we can add a class here, or we can use ID selector to select this, or you can use a class here. So you can say span icon smile, or whatever you want to name the class. So copy that and let's say make a class here. So we'll add a class here. So we'll say color is hash and d9. Save the file. Let's refresh it. It's not working. I think I haven't saved the HTML file. Save the file and refresh it. Now you can see it's changed the color. Now it's time to give a little bit size to the font. So go to our style folder and go to here, and we'll say, let me scroll up a little bit. We'll say here font size will be 24 pixel, and let's see. Yes, it's perfectly fine. Now it's perfectly fine. So now add the images and the color inside the div. So what we are going to do here, we are going to make different colors. So before adding a color classes, Let me comment that out here. So we'll say colors. Now we are going to make colors and we are going to add colors. Which color I'm talking about? The color that I have used here to make our div look good like this. So the color I've used I will show and add to the CSS file. So let's go and start adding our color to the divs. Let me scroll up. I have used different colors. I have used coral red color and another color is pink, I think. Yes, magenta color and orange, yellow, light gray and gray. Another is glass green. Save it now, and now let's add the background color value here. So we are going to add a background property and we are going to say hash ff5757. This is for coral red. Now copy this and paste it to every color property, color classes. Now it's time to remove these with the original color code. The pink code which I've used is this ff66c4. Save it. And for magenta I've used this. Save it. And for orange I've used this, and for yellow I use this, which is FFDE959. This is for yellow, and for the orange is FF914D, and for light gray, which is EC. Save it. For gray, which is this, but I haven't added gray here. Another is glass green, which is this 7ED957. Save it. Now let's copy this class and now let's add it inside the div. So where's the div which we need to add this color? Let me see. I think it is this. Let's see what happened if we use this color to this div. Now save it, refresh the page. Now it give the color. Let's see which color is over here. It is orange color. The first div is the orange color, so we will add orange here. So we'll go. The coral red is here. Here will be orange. So I'll say orange. Save it. And another color is magenta. Copy it, paste it here. And another is I think yellow. Add it according you want. Save it and let's refresh the page. Let's see what's happening. I think the two is image and then the pink color and the yellow color. So what we have done here, so go to this, there will be image. So we are going to add remove this, then we are going to add here which color, let me see, pink, and yellow. Scroll down. Now see what happened here. A gray color. This is a light gray. So we'll add light gray class. And another is purple. I think it's magenta. So here we are going to use magenta. Save it. Let's see what happened here. Yes, it was magenta. And another one is let me see, green. It is glass green. So here we are going to use glass green. Save it. And let's see what happened here. The glass green color haven't shown. Let me see what happened here. It is glass hyphen green. Now save the refresh it. Now you can see that we have included our glass green color. Now it's time to add these two images. So for the image we are going to add a class. Now it's time to add images. The images which we have used for the div which is here, we are going to use sprite image to add images here. So go to the file and go to CSS, and we are going to add images class. That was a class for the images. So we are going to copy it and we are going to paste it, and we are going to name 2 and 3. The position will be for the image 2 is this. Let me check it's working or not. Save it. Go to index.html file and let's see that is the box which we need to add the image. So this is the image 2. So we'll say image hyphen 2. Save it. Now refresh it. Now we have image. Let's see. Yes, that image is appear here. Now another image is image 3, which is this class. Now for this image I use this value here to position our image. So this is minus 2 px and 118 px. Box sizing will be border box for all the images. So this value is for the third image, and we are going to add one more time. So this will be image 4. The position for the 4 is this hyphen minus 2 px and minus 29 px. Let's add image 3 and image 4. So go to here and copy this and paste it here. This will image 3, and the last divs haven't added yet, so we are going to copy this one more time and paste it here, and we are going to remove this glass green. We'll say image 4. Save it. Now refresh it. Now the images that we want to add is included. Now it's time to add the border box property to all our classes here. Instead of using individually, we are going to add this property to all the element of the HTML. So we are going to copy this, and we are going to scroll to the top, and this is the element selector. All element selector, we are going to say box sizing border box to all the element of the HTML. Save it and let's refresh it. Now you can see this div is now aligned as we want. Okay, let's remove the border box from the images. Save it. Now our menu is perfectly fine. Let me check. Yes, little bit space needed. So let's add some space between these elements, li elements. So let's go to the CSS file and we are going to scroll to the li element where it was. It is below here. Think search for this. Here it is. Now let's call for li, and this is the CSS rule, and we are going to say margin left, let's say 5 pixels. Now it's much better. Let's see from here and here. As you can see, we have seen this box shadow each and every element here. We don't need that. We are going to remove that shadow from these elements, and we are going to only put one box shadow here. So let's go to the CSS file, and here we are going to look for element that we have given shadow. Here you can see we have given shadow to each and every TM box. Copy this. We don't need that. We are going to remove this, and we are going to add a class, and we are going to say box shadow, and here we're going to add this shadow, and we are going to copy this. We are going to copy this, and we are going to give this shadow to the first element, which is this, and save it, and now refresh it. Now let's see what happened. As you can see, we have successfully removed all the shadow from these element, and now the shadow is applying here, but this problem has occurred. As you can see, this box is different from others. We will fix that in the next lecture. That's it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to fix this and move forward to our other section. So see you in the next lecture.